When I was playing football, when I was coaching football, every single day we did the exact same drills when we started practice. It was boring, it sucked, I hated doing them. But those are the fundamentals. A consistent process equals consistent results. An inconsistent process yields inconsistent results. It's the exact same thing in business. We've got to have a consistent process. I want everybody to take 30 seconds and do an exercise real quick. What is your revenue per new client? Calculate that right now, okay? So very simple. In a month, for example, how much do you make in commissions and how many new clients do you bring on? Okay, does everybody have it? Good. Now I want you to raise your hand if your commission, average commission per new client is above 600. Honestly, nice and high. Consistently above 600. Okay, maybe we're at 30% of the room. Anybody above 1,000? Great. A couple hands there. We average $1,500 in revenue per new client. No BS. I'll show it to you in just a second. And I'm telling you right now, this next slide, very simple math. But if you're bringing on 100 new clients and you're averaging $400 in revenue per client, you're bringing on about $40,000 in new revenue to your book on that 100 new clients. Through our process, we're going to take the exact same 100 clients and we're going to generate 3 times or more of the revenue without any additional work. And that is the biggest opportunity in front of you. It costs you nothing. We can talk about, I'm going to talk to you about marketing and lead gen all day long. But none of that stuff is going to be as profitable if you cannot figure out the optimization stage. So this stuff is critical to success, okay? And I'm going to teach it. ROAS. So we do a lot of marketing. So I don't care if you're doing seminars, if you're doing in-person events, whatever you're spending on those events, one of our most important metrics is our return on ad spend or marketing spend. So if I can put $1 in an ATM and I can get 5 back, how many times would I put $1 in the ATM? A lot, right? It's kind of like the casino out there. No, that's not how that works. Trust me, okay? But my point is, if we can find something where we stick $1 in and we get 5 back, we just spend all day long. But if you could put $1 in and get 2 back, would you spend all day long? Absolutely. And that's all we're trying to search for, is what can we put $1 in and get 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 back. Annuity per new Medicare client. So we have this down to a science that every 20 Medicare clients we get, we're going to issue an annuity with roughly a $250,000 face value. And again, we don't even market to retirees in that way, I should say. We track everything. This is just our internal team. So just a leaderboard from the last month, I believe. You can see we track revenue, okay? A lot of people track apps, but I don't make decisions based on apps. I make decisions based on revenue, okay? So we track revenue per everything, and you can see between our little mighty team of 10 individual agents, we had about 400 applications last month. Excuse me. So about 40 apps per month is what our agents deliver, but their revenue per client is going to be roughly $1,500 per new client. And again, we don't need to bring in droves and droves of clients when we're that optimized. So we focus on the one we're with and fully protecting them and fully providing that package. We also track persistency, okay? So again, this stuff is going to improve your persistency. If somebody has 3 or 4 policies with you, you are now their insurance agent. You're not just the Medicare person. So you're going to have sticky business. Our top agents, you can see that are writing 300-400 apps. They're at a 95% persistency. That's great business. It's not falling off. It's not going anywhere. So extremely important there. Now, in terms of the optimization here, cross-selling and packaging, everybody with me that optimizing is packaging, right? And get the word policy out of your head. We never say policy, we say package. Here's the end product in mind. Can anybody blurt out what this looks like to you? A menu, right? When I go to Starbucks, when I go to McDonald's, what do they ask me? Do you want fries with that? But there's something else I'm looking for. Do you want a small, a medium, or a large? We as consumers are taught to buy in this manner, from a small, medium, or large. So why don't we put insurance packages together in this way, right? I'm hearing some rumblings. We're onto something. Here we go. Umbrella 3. So again, it doesn't matter what Medicare plan they choose. Medicare plan, a cancer, heart, and stroke, a dental, vision, hearing, and a recovery care. We call that an Umbrella 3. Okay, Umbrella 2. Obviously, you can make this however you want, but this is what our menu looks like. We hand this to the client, and we have them prepared to make a decision. Okay? So this is the end in mind. This is a very polished product. We have Umbrella 3s coming every single day. And here is what an Umbrella 3 looks like on a street commission. That is what an Umbrella 3 street commission looks like. $1,700 to you, the agent, and the client is holistically protected. And I don't want this to get away from the client being holistically protected. Okay? You can help your pocketbook and help your client. I promise you. If you're not selling hips on your Medicare Advantages, you're leaving them exposed to MOOPs for chemo. If you're not selling recovery care, home care, what are they going to do after the 100 days? These are things we have got to do. Okay? If I use this example all the time. If I sold insurance to your mother or your father, and they passed away from cancer, and they didn't have a cancer policy, and you came to me as their child, and you said, Chase, my mother, father passed away from cancer. Did they have cancer insurance? And I said, no. And they said, well, do you sell cancer insurance? And I said, yes. Who's at fault?
You.
Exactly, I am. But I promise you, we don't let that happen. Okay? So I just cannot say enough. Put yourself in the shoes of your consumer's family. Do your job of actually offering this product and providing holistic protection there. Here's a look of just some Umbrella 3s. We do these every single day of what it looks like. You'll see different packages there. I need to take this out. It's kind of hard to read there. Client needs assessment. So we have two very important forms here. This is part of our very consistent process. And I cannot say it enough. Everything should look the exact same. Our calls are almost identical from agent to agent. We have an AI bot trained to score on our process. They get rated on every single call. And I should go into one agent's office and they should sound almost identical to the other agent's office. That's how clean, that's how crisp a process should be. So this typically takes me at least 30 minutes to go through this in entirety in a full training. I've got a ton of YouTube videos where you can kind of piece this thing apart, but for the sake of time today, I cannot get through this whole thing, but I can say, if you don't have a client needs assessment, or you don't have some type of assessment you're doing with your clients, I promise you, it's putting you at a supreme disadvantage.